Welcome to Youth Hub. Today we are going to be discussing laziness. When we say laziness, how do you understand it?
The laziness is, feeling reluctant to put in effort to do something. That's my understanding of laziness.
Okay, that is okay. So, what do you think brings about laziness in youth of today?
I would say, okay, maybe lack of motivation. Be honest, like today in this day and age, most of us are not motivated to do anything at all. So we show laziness in like most of like all the activities we do, from even our own assignments. You see, so nobody, like, you're not really putting effort into doing it. You be reluctant to do it and all of that. Yeah. So that's like the first point. Yeah, that's the first thing. The lack of motivation. And
Okay,
it doesn't also affect like maybe us physically, but then mentally too. Because laziness is not only towards like physical things, but then mentally,
also,
like like refusing to put effort into our thoughts. Maybe you are planning on something, but then you'll be like, okay, I want to do this, but then instead of putting more effort into it, you'll be like, okay, I'll just do it. If it works, it works. Anyhow you want to do it, like that. That one is also laziness. So I want everybody to know that laziness is not only about maybe physical activity, but it also has so much to do with our mental capabilities to, yeah, lazy.
okay. So, how do you think people can be motivated enough to actually start doing it? And what are some of the things that you think can make them feel motivated enough to do things without reluctance for positive effect?
Okay, so it when you have a task, mostly the task may seem overwhelming, and that's what makes us feel lazy, because we are like, okay, this is too much. Let me just do it anyhow, and I'll not put in effort. But then instead of us doing that, we can change it up a little bit. We break the task. Maybe the task is supposed to be completed by like maybe the following day. So you have like, or maybe a 2 day task. You break those 2 days down. So by this hour, I should have been done with this. By this hour, I should have been done with this. So you are doing it little by little, but then before you realize, you've even finished before you are supposed to finish. And that's one measure we can actually put in place to tackle or combat laziness. Another one is maybe you reward yourself. So when you are doing something, you should put in like maybe a reward for yourself at the end. That's another way to motivate yourself to be able to, to strive harder. And then last but not the least, this is what I feel is the most important, is you should be able to discipline yourself. I mean, discipline is not about meaningless suffering. It's about doing the things you need to do to get to where you need to get to. So you yourself, you know that, okay, I'm supposed to do this. And instead of, just doing it anyhow and not putting in effort, you know that if you put in effort, you're able to make it great or better than if you don't put in effort. So the best thing we should be doing is, you put in the effort, though it might hurt in the like at the start. You keep on putting in effort. No, it
Keep
doesn't matter.
pushing.
Yeah, keep pushing. Doesn't matter whether you are tired, whether you are hungry, whether you are weak. Just continue, progress.
Okay.
Keep progressing, and then
So
that progress is going to, like, if it becomes part of you, it will kick out the laziness from you. Yeah.
what do you think are the negative effects of being lazy? Like what are some of the things that it will prevent you from achieving? Yeah, some of the things that when you are lazy, what are some of the things that will just prevent from coming your way? Like, do you get a question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, laziness has one main for me it has one main negative effect, which is underproductivity. You won't
Hmm.
be as productive as you're supposed to be. You won't get to where you're supposed to get to. I mean,
Okay.
some people can lazy around, and then by God's
Yeah.
grace or something, yeah, it will work for them. But then in general, like, if you don't put in effort, you don't, you're not focused, you're not goal oriented, you're not putting in the required amount of energy you're supposed to put into something, not just by your handiworks, but also by your thoughts. You should be able to sit down and think. Yeah, put in effort mentally, physically, every, like, even spiritually. Yes, You're supposed to put in all of the effort, and that will make you productive. It will increase your productivity better than you not putting in the effort. Because if you don't put in the effort, I mean, you might succeed, but then you might not succeed to the level you are supposed to succeed to. Yeah.
Hmm. Beautiful. And what also do you think are some of the things that, when you avoid laziness, what do you think would come your way?
A lot of things. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, people right now, most of big businessmen and stuff are looking for people who want to strive for more. People who are not comfortable with the little that the like little effort that they put in and little achievements that they've gotten.
Just leave it that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people are looking for people who are driven, people who are
Okay.
hungry. But if let's say okay, you yourself like this, you have, let's say, an what am I looking for? Okay, like an editing, company or something. Yeah. And then there are these editors, okay, you are now recruiting. And you
Okay.
see that, okay, everybody's work is good. Yeah.
Mm.
But then there's someone who, okay, he's good at the work, all right. But
Mm-hmm.
then the time it takes for him to accomplish it and the attitude he's putting towards you, that kind of attitude, will you, like that lazy attitude, will you actually hire somebody like this to work for you?
No,
Nah,
it's
because
going
you
to
know
slow
that
down
yes,
productivity.
it's going to slow down productivity. He will increase the time that something is supposed to be done,
Yeah.
and
And
all of
even
those
the
things.
profits and stuff that you could get from that particular work being done within this particular time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially maybe if you are like on a news channel or something. Come
Mm-hmm.
on, you're supposed to be fast because
Yeah.
news is dropping left, right, center
Doesn't
from
matter
everywhere.
how
Yeah, it
tired.
doesn't
Yeah.
matter how tired you are or how good you are at your job.
But
You are
what you
supposed to,
do.
yes, you just have to be, more. You shouldn't be lazy. You should be active.
Mm.
You should be driven. You should be focused. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what is one thing you tell someone who lays around all day and does nothing? Okay. Before that, for some people, it's actually from the way they were brought up. So, let's say, for instance, someone who was brought up in a home that every single thing is basically done for him or her. Like, from even to wake up, someone has to wake him or she or he or her up. Yes, has to wake the person up. To need to brush, like the person cannot go and brush. So, what would you tell someone like that? How would you help someone like that, like come up and strive or to be active? What's one thing you tell the person?
Okay, so me, I would personally tell you to, if you really want to come out of that laziness, that
Yeah.
lazy habit, it's not about me motivating you or me telling you to do now. I won't do any of that. I'll just tell you to live alone, be on your own. Because your laziness is being brought about by everybody doing something for you.
To
You are
be
not,
independent.
yes, not really being independent, but like move from your house. Like, Charlie, don't be with people, be on your own. When you're on your own, you yourself will go through things that you're supposed to go through. You realize that nobody's washing your dishes for you, nobody is ironing your clothes for you, nobody is maybe doing your work for you, nobody is doing your homework for you, nobody is doing research for you, nobody is buying food for you, nobody is doing anything for you. At that point,
So how are you going to survive?
exactly. So at that point,
Okay.
you yourself, you put yourself in a situation where you will need to be active, you will need to put in effort. And then if you are able to, be in this state for a longer period of time, at that point, you personally drive out the laziness because you realize that
Yeah.
nobody's coming to do anything for you.
Okay.
So
So
yeah,
another way to be hardworking.
yes, another way to be
Okay.
hardworking.
Okay. 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 That is beautiful.
Okay.
Okay. So one thing I think you should take from this is that, I mean, in the world that we live in, money is important. A lot of us need money. A lot of us want money. Two different things. So what I would tell you, if you are lazy and you think you need money or you want money to accomplish so many things or do so many things in life, just remember that lazy people will never get money, but aggressive people will be rich. Active people will be rich. Always keep that in mind. Let that, if nothing at all is motivating you, let this alone motivate you to actually start being active, start being hardworking, start putting in the effort. Yeah, that's what I'll leave with you guys now. So our next video, please subscribe to this channel, like, comment, and please share the video to your friends and family. With that, we end.